Alright YouTube, got the battery cover off. That battery was in there. I took it out. That's just in the temporary. But I took that one out because I got this one. It's twice the size. It's over 7 amp, 17 amp, but it fits in there nicely, height and width. But when it's in there, it sticks out about half a centimetre, so I can't actually get the cover back on. So going back to the old box I used to use, portable generator. I've just screwed in a bit of wood down there. It's the only way to explain it. And that should house a 17 amp hour battery. And this bit here stops it from coming up. And this was put in last time for the solar panel to slot into. So basically I'm going to rebuild what I had last time, just with a bigger battery and less components. Last time on the lid I had all these switches, so I'm doing away with them. I'm just going to have a one switch to turn the unit on or off, well, a battery isolator. That's going to go in. Obviously I need some 12 volt sockets, but I've got some more of these to put in here, then everywhere. Still got the smaller one. It's been on charge today with the little trickle charge solar panel. It's portable. I took the 4 amp battery out of there that I had that battery in it this morning, until this morning, and I put in the excuse me, the battery pack with 10 AA batteries, 1.3 volt, 3000 milliamp, and that's enough battery power to use for lighting, really. Run all the lights off it. It's basically what it is. It's an emergency lighting kit that happens to power a small radio too, i.e. CB or amateur radio. Charlie Tango DX group, check them out. So right, yeah, gonna carry on redoing this, because this was great. It was on sliders, like I said. I can slide it off and take it away, but everything's exposed. I should have built it in a box with a door, so I can open up, close it off, then take it away. It is portable, but not as portable as I want. I could do with this being at home. Hang on a minute. Yeah, that needs to stay at home to run the shack, lights, radio, blah blah blah. Then I've got the little one I can grab and take in the house for power cuts, lighting and camping and so on, or a few hours on the radio. Then I should have the big one for like bigger stuff. Not sure what we're going to be doing now. This was a great portable solar generator when it was up and running. That's a great micro little solar generator. Used it to run a CB, run all the lights when I went camping with Billabong the other week. And that has proven to be fantastic in the shack. I might not take that apart. I might leave that and just order some more bits for that. We will have to wait and see, won't we, YouTube? Right, that's all ripped apart. Charge controller's gone, fault meter's gone, battery's gone. It's all stripped, all the wiring, but one bit of wire's out. And there's the old Go box. Just not finished. I'll do the rest tomorrow. It's getting late. I need to eat. Got to eat. I've got to go pick the missus up from work, so I've got to put a hold on this for tonight. But yeah, all I've got at the moment is one external 12 volt socket. The bottom left. I'm going to put one on the right for power out, because the one on the left is power in. Open it up, bosh, there we go. No switches yet, and it just got a charge because the sun's going down. It's just got 9 PM. The battery's in, crocodile clipped on at the moment, and the red cables go off to the solar panel just down there. You see I've got block connectors everywhere, and there's the feeder for the solar panel. Goes up and out the garage over there. So all I've got to do is plug in the solar panel. Oh no, there's me thinking I had a charge. Panel's not even plugged in. It's hard to see with the light on my phone. So right, we'll plug that in. That's plugged in, nice and secure. And then yeah, now we can definitely see we have the 2 lights charge. Although the sun's still up, so we get the charge, got a load, but we've got nothing on the load at the moment. 2 out of 3 on the battery. So put an hold on this. There you go. I can use it this way up in the shack. Couple of plug sockets on the side, and then if I transport it anywhere, I'm not going to bother with a kill switch. I don't think I need it, because I have to disconnect the batteries. Disconnect the batteries and transit anyway. Even if I had a kill switch, I'd still disconnect the battery. So yeah, when I go anywhere, just disconnect the battery, crocodile clips, close it up, take it in the house, sling it in the boot of the car, whack it in the trailer for the push bike. Got myself a 17 amp hour 12 volt power supply, totally portable. As I said before, just unplug the solar panel, wrap up the cable. The panel's on sliders like this, so I can just slide the panel off the garage and then drop the solar panel in this little suite. That 2 for that one to go on the side, and that one can go back in the portable one because I borrowed it the other day. Oops. Right, it's like 11:30 at night. Don't get a lot of time, so we're going to put some overtime in. Done 2 holes on this side. Got one of these on the other side for the solar panel in. Got that one there, and that one there. There's a number of reasons they're offset. One's going to be going directly to the battery, and that one's going to go to the charge control. So I'll have 10 amp and 17 amp. Obviously the 10 amp one is the one I'll be using for the radios, and this one I can plug in another battery to charge, or probably jump start a car. 17 amps not enough, I know, but I did use my 7 amp battery once to start a car. I just needed a few extra amps on top of the flat battery. I can run sort of my lights off there, radios off there, or inverter off that one. High powered devices straight from the battery, and sort of anything 10 amps or less off the bottom one. They probably will get labelled, but so I don't get them mixed up, I know the bottom one is the same place as the other one, so I'll just only use the bottom one. Then I've got the higher one for higher power, in case the labels come off or I don't get around to labelling it. Just got to wire them up now. Right, that's the one for the 10 amps, straight to the charge control. So that's soldered on. I'm just going to isolate it a bit more with some black tape, and install it, and then wire it straight up. Handyman's second best friend. Handyman's first best friend is of course gaffer tape, for those who don't know. Right, I've just wrapped in black tape, not just for extra security. You know, it's not going to stop the wires from coming loose. It's just that this section is going to be exposed in the bottom of the box. So if I do drop anything in there, like a screwdriver or crocodile clip, alligator clip, anything with metal, I don't want it shorting across the terminals. So just by covering them in a bit of electrical tape, it gives me that extra security that I'm not going to short anything out if I drop something in there, or if I have to reach my hand in one day. Not going to get a shock, but safety first. Right, with any build it's good to test as you go. As soon as you've modified something or completed a stage or section, test it as you go, just in case something at the end of the build does go wrong. You've got less elements to eliminate. I know the box was working fine before I wired this up, so the bottom one's now screwed in and wired up. Thing I need to do now is also bought this along with these. So it's wired up, we've got a load. Let's see if the little blue light comes on when I plug this in. Yay. Although for some reason, yeah, it is working. For some reason, don't panic, it was just me not putting it in straight. Pins are different on this one, I think. Yeah, these are quite far down, normally up here, and the pins in there are like there's two there, one there, and then one up there, the 11 o'clock position. Well, yeah, there's one at the 5 and 7 o'clock position, one at the 10 o'clock position. I must remember that. Yeah, it's working. And we'll just try out those blue LED lights stick I made. Again, this is running off the 10 amp. This is a 1 amp and a 3 amp, I think, socket. I think that's a 3 amp. Yeah, that's working. And a little 1 amp socket. Yeah, that's working. Right, now while we're waiting for the solder iron to heat up again, this is going to be the 15 amp socket, coming directly from the battery. So I can have a higher ampage socket, 17 amp. Did I say 15 or 17? 17 amp socket. It's late now, God knows, it's past midnight. Yeah, I'm trying to remember where I am. That's it, gonna wire this, solder this one up now, wrap it in tape, same as the first one. But very quickly, while I'm here waiting, because I always unplug it when I'm not using it, because accidents do happen. See, I've burnt my trousers tonight, right there, after eating out the solder. Although I was working with a bit of board, I put it on my lap, and that was obviously still hot, and it just melted itself to my trousers. So yeah, always be careful. But yeah, I keep getting messages or comments, even today, people saying, you know, they can't do things like this. Some people can do some things, some people can't do other stuff. Well, I'm not much good at anything. But yeah, don't be put off with this. You know, if you're watching these videos scratching your head going, I can't do this, you can't go wrong. It's all plus and minus, all batteries, and I've got plus and minus on them. All the terminals are red and black. Buy a load of red and black wires. I'm using block connectors for stuff. You know, you can buy things that clip to the wire and slide on here, so you don't even need to solder. Yeah, you can get everything you want online, or you know, plenty of shops you can buy it from. And yeah, you can't go wrong. I've said this before, I think, on the last build. Just clear my lap so I can stand up. Yeah, I haven't used red and black wires because I'm like that, but everything's got plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, red and black, you can't go wrong. I'm mixing my wires up. I've got pair of red going off to the solar panel, pair of blue going off to the power out, and I'm using blue again to go to the battery. I should be using red and black, red and black, red and black, but I'm not. I'm just using the wires I've got lying around. So if anyone does want to do any maintenance on this, they can't, because they'll have to trace back all the wires. But yeah, block connectors. Here we go. No fancy wiring. It's all, it's all simple stuff. And when in doubt, ask someone. There's always plenty of forums online, or people on YouTube to ask. Right, I think the solder's hot enough. I'm gonna get this one wired up, and then we should be done for the night. Next one's all soldered on. Bad video quality, bad soldering skills, but I OD'd it with the solder. Wires aren't moving. It's late. I'm tired. I'm not an electrician. We'll tape this up, whack it in the box, and we'll test this one out. Right, so they're both in now, wired up. They're probably pissed, not very level, but no one's marking me on the job. Not after any points for it looking tidy. It's supposed to be functional, not pretty. So bottom one we've wired up, tested on the 10 amp. Top one's 17 amp wired straight to the battery. And like I said before, the battery's just crocodile clipped. I'm not really fussed about blah blah blah, this, that and the other. Alright, let's just check. That's red, and that one's black. Yeah, that's black. My blue's black and my red's red at the moment. Just because, simply because that's how I roll. Right, let's wire it all up. See if I get a shock. Again, I've got no switches on here because I want it to be on permanently. It's going to run the shack, run the radios out here like it has been doing past God knows how long. So I don't really need to turn it off. The only time I need to turn it off is when I'm transporting it. And if I'm transporting it, even if I turn it off, I'm still going to disconnect the battery. So there's no point having an on-off switch. I might as well just disconnect the battery. It does the same thing, but it makes it all safe. Right, so I've still got a load, still got a bit of charge. Probably going to get shot for telling people to have a go at this by a load of qualified sparkies, electricians, or people in the know. But it is simple stuff, you can't go wrong. I've got a 17 amp hour battery. I was using a 7 amp when it was up there. I'm going to redo that, but better. That's half the reason it's coming down. Plus there's no point having that when I've got the box. The box can run the stuff in here and I can take it portable. Like I said before, that is on sliders, but it's just a palaver. Right, so that's all wired up. Like I said before, test it. It's going to do no harm to test the bottom one, which I've already installed and tested. But we want to make sure it is working all good, all gravy. Yep, still working. Now the 17 amp hour one. I didn't check to see what this is rated. So 17 amp shouldn't blow it. Right, we've got 2.1 amp at the top and 1 amp at the bottom. Yeah, that's all working. Doubly checkity. Doubly checkity. Yep. And yep. So basically I'm just going to leave that hanging out. And when I come in the garage, just push that in and my lights will come on like a switch. I'm going to leave all my lights plugged in there. My radio plugged in there. When I go out the garage I do that. And every time I come in the garage, just push it like a switch. And when I transport it, just throw that in the box. Everything's all isolated in there. That's a better fit. Right, so that'll stay in there permanently. And like I said before, excuse the mess. It's my my little storage area. solar panel slides in there when it's not on the front of the garage. Just close it up. Oh, I'm guessing we're finished. Always put a padlock on here too, just so no one can get in there and fiddle with it. Got that one on that side, which my feeder for the solar panel goes in. And then two there, obviously power out, power in, power out. Can't be more simple than that. Easy to transport, easy to store, easy to use. There's no switches, nothing, you just plug stuff in. Can't get any easier than that. We like it simple, I like it quick and easy. So that's it, that's my portable solar generator for running my shack and camping, wild camping, bugging out. I go camping with the family. You can charge laptops, tablets, phones, run the little fridge of it. Little fridge will kill the battery, but I'm going to get one of those 12 volt. Well, it did kill the battery last time, just kept plugging it in and out. But I'm going to get a 12 volt timer and have it off for an hour, on for half an hour, off for an hour, that sort of thing. Yeah, mainly when I go out with the radios, I can chuck this in the trailer, cycle up the hill, put it in the boot of the car, take it somewhere, power the radios, and again if we have a power cut, take it in the house, plug in. I've got loads of USB lights. I've got a 1000 watt inverter, plug the inverter into the top one, probably charge a laptop, watch a film, run a load of lights off USB, and leave it out in the shack here all the time to run the radios. Well, these are all 12 volt, got the 12 volt lead for that now. So if I was going to use that, I'd plug that into the 17 amp socket, because that needs at least 10 amps to run. That uses 1.5 amp or something. I read the book the other day when I'd done a review on it. So that and that can all be run off the the bottom 10 amp socket. I've also got this. I've got a little 75 watt amp, 70 watt. I don't even know what it is. What is it? 75 watt amp. It's crap, but it does the job, Just wanted something bigger at the time. So that's it, all done and dusted, finished. The panels outside, slid into the side of the house, so that's not on display tonight. But we are finished. I'll do a full review in the next day or two when I get some more time. If you want to see it working though, flick back a couple of videos and you'll see me out on a Sunday night with the radios. And I did have this with me to power the radios, but minus the sockets on the side. So now they're all soldered in and wired up. It's technically finished. It's very simple. There's nothing fancy about it. A lot of people have like digital screens and lots of switches. I just don't need it. These blue LED things do kill the battery. If you are going to do something like this, get the analog ones. They're a bit more expensive, but they use so much less power. But I got these because they are pretty. That's all the reason to it, really. I like them. That's it. Right. I'm going to put this back where it was. It was up here. Panels over there hidden in the grass. And the grass isn't blocking it. I sort of flattened it down a little bit. It's the clouds that are blocking it. That's the sun directly up there, but you can't even see it. It's probably too windy. I've just realised you can't hear me for the wind. But the panel's just going to slide in there. Cables go on top, disconnect the battery, radio in the go bag. Then all this lot just gets thrown in the Bergen. Done. It's in its place. Solar panels plugged in that side. I don't normally have that light on. I normally run off LED lights, but obviously, while I have no power, I've got that plugged into the mains. Slide it forward a little bit, moving that mag light. I don't want that falling over and bashing something. Right, that's where it lives, on the top shelf. On the side I've got a radio plugged in and a USB light. I'll get the other lights plugged in there tomorrow. It is. That lights up all the paperwork nicely, which I haven't got there at the moment. It's all covered in crap. And yeah, like I said, the icons plugged in. That's all working. But I might put a 3-way socket in here and just plug the radios, all 3 radios in, and then into there. One of these things. I've got about 10 lying around. I could add more in here, about 4 or 5 sockets in here, but I wanted this to be simple. I wanted to keep it as basic as possible. I don't want it too complicated. If it's something portable, you know, while moving around it can break, damage and fall apart. So the less to fall apart and damage the better. Right, there we go. Sorry it's dark, sorry it's poor quality, sorry it's not very entertaining, and it's a bit basic and it's not high tech. But that's it, that's my portable solar project. It runs my shack. Now it enables me to take the radios up on the hill. And it's pretty much self-contained.